They're an imprint of Macmillan for Mark Siegel,
For Mark
who
Siegel, yeah.
did a bunch of children's books on his own as well, which are kind of graphic novelish, even to start with. His Sea Dogs, for instance, was a semi-graphic novel,
Yeah.
children's book. And they take a real European attitude towards the comics. They're really interested in the kind of skewed, the kind of sideways, the kind of really interesting story. You know, they're not going to publish just a plain old superhero beat 'em up. That doesn't mean they wouldn't publish a superhero story, but they're, you know, you've got to have a real hook, a real something that really grabs the interest and seems new and fresh. People are now learning is autobiography, biography, history, um, romance, fantasy, superhero, um, just plain silliness. Stuff like First Second is publishing Dave Roman. He's a very cartoony guy. They're publishing his Astronaut Academy. He published it himself originally on the web and in little hand-stapled pamphlets that are so cute. Called it Astronaut Elementary, and I guess they felt maybe the word academy made it more approachable by older kids that would see elementary and think, oh, that's for babies. Because it most certainly isn't. It's clever as all get out. It's funny. It parodies all the Japanese stuff the kids love so much beautifully. I mean, what if your school was a space station, and you had subjects like Spanish, math, tumbling in space, fireball throwing? It's just really charming stuff, and I fell in love with his stuff. His wife is Raina Tegelmeier, who wrote Smile, which I believe is also First Second, which is a story, which is an autobiography about her young teen years. She had an accident that damaged her mouth, and about all the reconstructive surgery and braces and everything, and being a young teenage girl dealing with the fact that she had, you know, major dental, what that does to your self-esteem. And
yeah, a lot of these graphic novels are very personal stories, aren't they?
They are.
It's stunning and almost scary in a way how close to the bone a lot of them are. Not to mention the adult subjects that a lot of them.
It's a marvelous way to tell a difficult story. And Art Spiegelman won the Pulitzer for Mouse. The subtitle was My Father Bleeds History. His father's an Auschwitz survivor.
Right.
And his mother also, and his mother committed suicide when he was a teenager. She never really, and he told this story in comics format, and some people, at the time, this was the late 80s, I think, that they were published as a book. He'd been doing bits and pieces for a decade or so before that, trying to exorcise these demons from his family by recording it. There was a lot of criticism saying, oh, comics are too lightweight for this material, and, you know, oh, you're drawing the Jews as mice and the Nazis as cats, and isn't that a bit of an obvious metaphor? And but you read it, and it's just brilliant. And it won the Pulitzer for a reason. It changed the way Americans looked at comics.